What's up, guys? It is your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles here. Thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, I am going to be talking about the one thing that you need to stop doing in your reselling business. And if you stay with me to the end, I will share 3 extra bonus tips on things that you can be doing right now to improve your reselling business and make the money that you want to make. So let's jump right into it. Social media is amazing. You are watching this video. Thank you so much for joining me and supporting my small business and my YouTube channel. It's amazing because there's so much free content out there, but it's also, you see these photo, Instagram, you see all of these stack photos, package photos, and you start to compare yourself to them, or YouTube thumbnails that are like, I sold $1 gazillion billion on eBay this year and I'm so good, which yay for them. Hooray. And there's things to be learned, but also you have to stop comparing yourself to them. And I'm going to show you why. Not only is it not good for your mental health, but you don't know the background to what they are doing in their business. On social media, the majority of resellers are sharing their gross numbers. And even if they are full transparency, there's still things that you don't know in the background of their business that is getting them to the place that they're at right now, right? And so I have this scenario, 2 very different sellers. You have a volume seller and you have a luxury seller. A luxury seller is selling really high priced items. I do mainly women's stuff. So that would be people that are selling high-end brands. They're selling really high-end luxury type items. And then you have your volume seller in women's clothing. That's going to be more bread and butter, mall brands, things that are selling on average for, $20. Neither one of these is right. And if you look at the scenario, both of them are making the exact same money net. You can have a luxury seller grossing $10,000 a month. Typically, they are spending more on their cost of goods, where volume senders typically are going to be, you're getting a lot of items donated, or you're going to the bins, or you go to like sale days, right? Your cost of goods is significantly lower. So you can make the same amount of money regardless of what kind of seller you are. Something else that goes into this that I didn't cover in this video, but I do want to touch on too, is you don't know how much help that these people have. And even if you do, keep that in mind, right? They have, a lot of sellers have, I have a VA, right? So don't compare to me. I have a VA. I have someone who is listing for me so that instead of listing, I'm able to make these videos. There's only so much time in the day. So before we get into the 3 tips of things that you can be doing in your reselling business to make sure that you are successful, I encourage you to subscribe if you like content like this. I'm always sharing business strategies for resellers based off of data, based off of analytics, as well as teaching you how to get to where you want to go. From side hustle to full-time seller, I want to give you the tools and teach you how to be able to maximize your time and look at your numbers to be able to make the most money in the time that you have with the resources that you have available. I'm not going to tell you, here's a Bolo brand, go out and buy it. I'm going to say, here's what you have. How can you make the money that you want to make, and teach you that, teach a man to fish instead of giving you the fish. So do hit that subscribe button if you like content like this, and then go ahead and give me a like and comment, save, and share if you like this video. I'm getting to 3 things, so don't jump off just yet. We do have 3 things before we end this video, but I do just want to thank you so much for watching this video and making sure that you comment and like and save and share if you liked it, so other people can see it as well. So 3 things that you can be doing. So stop comparing to others. It's not good for your mental health, and you don't know what's behind their business. It's amazing to be able to look at reseller content and say, hey, that's a good idea. Let me implement that. But as you do that, look at your numbers. So tip number 1 is compare to yourself. How are you doing, right? And so if you're new to the channel, I have Sarah Styles Analytical Sales Trends and Dashboard. I have 3 dashboards available. Today, we're looking at the Sales and Trends dashboard. This is available for sale, so you can track and manage all of your data. But this is what I do. I look at, how am I doing? This is my performance for the last 13 months. It is trending up. That's a good thing, right? Up means more money. Keep in mind, this is gross revenue. There are charts in here for net, and I do share my net as well in some videos. I will link that down in the comments down below. But this is, what am I doing? I am trending up, but for the last 28 days, what am I doing? Okay, green is good. Hooray. My average sale price is going up, but my sell-through rate is going down. So I'm like, I'm doing good. Here's something that I can work on. So the second thing I'm going to have you do, compare to yourself, find strategies, figure out what's working well, keep doing that. Figure out what's not working well. I'm going to say, hey, my sell-through rate, what can I do with this? The second tip is compare to the market. So you have yourself, but then how can you compare to the market? How is the market doing? Are you down because everyone's down, or what is it? So if you have eBay store, you have access to their analytics, which is absolutely amazing. Take full advantage of these. I'm not a great reseller. I have videos on it. I don't know all the Bolo brands. I don't know how to list very well, but I know analytics. I know how to look at these numbers and what they mean. And I will share all of that on this channel. So if you go to performance and then summary, lots of analytics here. Today, I want you to look at this chart. This is comparing on eBay. So this is just your eBay sales, but this is comparing to the market. So how are you doing? How is the market doing? And this is a nice gut check too. If you're like, it's the economy sucks, it's not me, it's the economy. Well, what is eBay saying? Are you performing like eBay is performing, like your market is? And this takes it to this is based off of my tops and dresses. That's the majority of what I'm selling right now. So it's comparing exactly on eBay. How are you doing compared to the market? I'm up 17% from the previous 31 days. The market is 10. So I'm doing better than the market. If you're like, this is not good, and you're not performing as well as the market, then I'm sorry to say it's something that you're doing. Either you have bad SEO, you have bad pictures, you have bad pricing, you're not buying what people want. But this is a nice gut check to say, hey, how am I performing compared to the market? And then you can do that as well as the same time period. I'm up 511% because I was hardly on eBay this time last year. So it looks like I'm killing it, but that's not, not necessarily the case. And then it comes down here and says our take listing impressions increased by 4.12%. So I'm getting more people. An impression is when anybody on eBay sees your item, whether they're specifically searching for it or it's getting suggested or whatever it is, anytime it comes across someone in their screen, that's up 4.2%. So I am doing better. My active listing is increasing. eBay likes you to list items. So they're saying, hey, good job for that. Way to go, Sarah. So the last thing that I want to have you guys do is look at your numbers, look at your data. How are you doing? Compare it to the market as a gut check. Is it the economy or is it something that you're doing? And if it's something that you're doing, there's always room for improvement. So look at these different metrics, compare to yourself, compare to the market, and then make actionable goals. So for me, that would be my sell-through rate. Hey, my sell-through rate is down. What can I be doing to increase my sell-through rate? Sell-through rate is how many items you're selling out of how many items you have on hand. I know for me specifically, a part of that is I've increased my active listings in the past couple of months. So it typically takes a little bit of time for sell-through rate to catch up. If you list something today, they're not all going to sell today, right? So if you start listing more items and your sell-through rate isn't right there when you're listing more items, give it some time. It will catch up. So I know that is what is happening for my sell-through rate, but that doesn't mean that there's not other things going on that I need to look at and always be considering. So if you like this video, YouTube thinks that you would also like that video. And here is a playlist of other analytical tips, suggestions, and strategies that you can be using in your reselling business. Make sure to hit that subscribe. Thank you guys for joining.